Hi everyone, hope you're having a great day. Just wanted to talk to you quickly a little bit about Agile and governance. There is a common misconception that there is no place for traditional governance with a PMO within an Agile environment, an Agile delivery environment. There is a misconception that governance is not needed. The teams can govern themselves and whatnot. I've heard a lot of variations of that many times over. And if you think about many of the organizations today that are moving to more agile ways of working, a lot of them actually have an existing embedded PMO function within their organization, be it an enterprise PMO, a portfolio or divisional PMOs, or even if it's just a program level PMOs that are functioning within the organizations. And so assuming that governance is not required within an agile delivery environment, regardless of the agile framework that you're using, be it lean, Kanban, Scrum, DSTM, etc., is not entirely accurate. And I'll quickly explain why. Now, although the Agile Manifesto and those frameworks typically don't reference PMO, in fact, I don't believe any of them do, they do reference some form of governance, be it internal self-governance with the teams or some other form of governance that they reference as relevant. Now, if you think about organizations today that currently have PMOs within the organization and have already established PMO functions or ePMO functions, you need to remember that if you're going to move to a more of an agile way of working, you'll actually come to head with looking at what you should do with the existing PMO. Now, you can't just turn off a PMO. Although there is a view that you can just shut down a PMO and everybody moves on their merry way, and I actually have seen that happen, it doesn't work. And I'll tell you why it doesn't work. The reason being is because the governance provided by a PMO is not just, in most instances, targeted to a specific delivery function. But if it's anything like some of the PMOs that I've personally been involved in, often the governance spans outside of the actual delivery functions as well. So to go in and just turn off a PMO or switch from a PMO to having self-governing teams, it's not a simple change. Why not rather look at what you can change within an existing PMO, whether that is looking at what the products and services they're currently offering are, how they're actually established, the frameworks that they're following, the number of people in the team, and actually assessing what is there today, what's working, and then making a decision as to what needs to be removed. Sometimes you'll find that just shutting down the PMO might actually cause more problems than you realize. You can't assume that the team that you have has all the answers, and in many instances there might be people in the team that maybe don't have experience in the agile space. And so looking at what you need in terms of governance, why you need it, and whether or not that is something that is currently available within the existing function and or PMO is important to actually understand what you need to change. It's important that you also look at these things early on and not wait until you're so far down the agile delivery approach, whichever one you choose, to actually make that change. It's important to actually take that existing PMO function on that journey and assess how they can help support the delivery function that's moving to a more agile way of working. If you think about the existing functions that are in your organization today, look at what they're currently providing to your delivery teams. Ask the question, go out and meet with these people, understand how they support your teams today, and then assess whether or not that function needs to go, needs to modify, maybe needs to upskill, maybe needs to change the way that it operates. Regardless of what it needs to do, I think taking an opportunity to actually understand that before making a hastily decision of removing such a function would be really, really beneficial to you in your long-term strategy to go towards more agile ways of working. And just on a final note, when you think about governance, the PMO space, governance is focused very strongly on the delivery aspects. But remember, governance is not just about delivery. Governance actually in an organization spreads further than just delivery. We need to think about governance as a whole and how we make the organization better able to adapt to governance by looking at their enterprise agility. And doing so is going to help set you up for success further down the line. So that's a little bit more about governance in the agile space and thinking about what you're going to do before doing it to save yourself the headaches down the line.